In today's court hearing, YNW Melly defied his legal team's advice for the first time in public. As he pushed for an early release, the courtroom grew tense when Melly was seen raising his voice at his attorneys, making his disagreement clear in front of the judge.
Yes, sir. Against our advice, our client wants to proceed.
You object to their request for me to determine this automatic stay.
Based upon what our client has instructed us.
The central argument in the hearing focused on YNW Melly's alleged gang affiliation. Tension escalated when Melly began yelling at his lawyers, openly dismissing their strategy. According to several people inside the courtroom, Melly was overheard, saying, "I don't care. I'm not in no gang. They can't prove that."
Where 924-071. Call for an automatic stay while
they were aggravators. They go to membership in a gang. There are things that the jury would have to find before going into penalty.
Not aggravator, that's the death penalty. Aggravator, that's the gang enhancement itself, Your Honor. That's charged. He was charged in committing the murder for the further of the gang, which is an aggravator in terms of the
something that they would have to find by way of an interrogatory.
Yes.
Melly's frustration stems from the fact that if his lawyers succeed in getting the gang-related evidence thrown out, it would delay the trial significantly. The accompanying legal paperwork could push the start of the trial to 2027, meaning YNW Melly would remain in jail for 7 to 9 years without a conviction.
You find this case to be under the most compelling circumstances. Mr. Devins, as I sit here today, has been in custody for 2,339 days. Besides Mr. Devins' cases, which I've removed, this division currently has 38 other cases, special set for trial. 22 of those are murder cases. Numerous of those are death cases. And right now, this division has trial special set in December 2020.
However, the state is pushing to delay the trial once again in order to ensure all the evidence they plan to use against YNW Melly is admissible. Prosecutors appear determined to secure a life sentence in the second trial and are taking every step to build the strongest case possible.
And finally, Judge, just so, again, the record's clear, given Judge Murphy's order, and there would be an intent to comply with it, what the court is compelling the state to do is to go forward with evidence that has been suppressed. In other words, we would not be able to use that evidence.
You can't.
Right.
It's suppressed. That's exactly correct.
As of now, the attorneys could go to the appellant court and request that they issue a stay or place a hold on the trial, and that seems to be the only way that this trial does not move forward on the scheduled date. So if that doesn't happen, Melly trial number 2 will begin in about 2 months.
The developments quickly caught the attention of YNW Melly's mother, who later took to Instagram Live to share the final decision regarding when the trial is set to begin.
What happened today is the judge has said we are not delaying trial. We will be going to trial September 10th, even though there's things that's up with the 4th DCA that has been ruled to be suppressed and not able to be used in the upcoming trial. The judge is just upholding those orders. So therefore, all of basically what was up on appeal was all of that stuff, what they were using as an enhancer in order to get the death penalty qualified. The judge ordered all of that to be suppressed. So moving forward onto the new trial, the state will not be able to bring in that evidence.
At the end of the hearing, YNW Melly's legal team requested that he be released on bond until the trial begins in September. However, the request was denied. As reported by the media, Melly showed visible frustration after being denied bond in the double murder case. He has now spent 2,320 days in jail without a conviction. The reason for the denial stems from what many are calling the prosecution's insurance plan. Prosecutors compiled a detailed evidence file designed to keep Melly behind bars until trial. During the hearing, they presented what they claimed to be the most incriminating material yet an updated file that included video evidence. According to prosecutors, Melly was unknowingly filmed just 5 hours after the murders of Sakhazer and Juvie, allegedly admitting to the crime while dancing in a parking lot with co-defendant YNW Bortland.
Melly still turned regardless of what happened this early morning. He's still out here being very positive. Turned still. Hey. The dog still turned, regardless of what happened. You already know.
The footage showed Melly displaying no visible remorse for the loss of his 2 closest friends. Unbeknownst to him, he had also been recorded earlier this time, just 30 minutes before the murders. In the video, Melly is seen leaving the studio and getting into the back left seat of a Jeep, seemingly preparing for Sakhazer, Juvie, and Bortland to join him inside.
Excuse me, you able to see? Yes, all right.
This detail is crucial because, according to official court documents, the direction of the bullets traveling from left to right in the vehicle supports the claim that they originated from the back left seat, where YNW Melly was seated. Prosecutors further strengthened their case by having Juvie's mother testify, confirming that her son was indeed sitting in the seat directly in front of Melly at the time.
Can you state your name, your full legal name for the jury? Leon Phillips. Okay. And are you related to one of the kids in this case?
Yes, I am.
How's that?
His mother.
And who is that?
Christopher Thomas.
Ms. Phillips, did you see who entered into the occupants who entered into that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Do you recognize where your son entered that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Which seat, if you can identify for the jury?
He got in the back seat on the right hand side.
Did you recognize the individual that got into the back seat on the left side, the rear driver's side?
Yes.
And who was that individual?
Janelle.
But that wasn't the only evidence prosecutors presented in court. What followed was so unsettling that many have begun questioning the integrity of the Florida court system. Prosecutors reportedly struck deals with both Melly's ex, Mariah Hamilton, and co-defendant YNW, Bortland. Mariah had been living outside the United States since before Melly's original trial, with authorities alleging that Melly either coerced or paid her to leave the country to avoid testifying against him. After years abroad, Mariah attempted to return to the U.S. to visit family, but was arrested upon arrival at the airport.
Mariah Hamilton is spending her first day at the Broward County Jail. She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday after she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to testify in Demon's first trial in 2023.
Mariah was reportedly struggling during her time in jail, which made her vulnerable by the time she appeared in her first court hearing. There, she was offered a deal by the judge. If you agree to testify against Melly and tell the truth about what really happened to Sekhazer and Juvie, then you're free to go. She accepted the offer without hesitation, delivering what could be the most devastating blow yet to YNW Melly's defense. Shortly after her release, Mariah took to Facebook, writing, "Thank you to my village. I love you all so much. God's plan, not mine." This moment holds significant weight because federal investigators had already uncovered disturbing evidence in Mariah's iCloud account, allegedly showing that Melly pressured or forced her not to testify during the original trial. If she confirms this under oath, it could be classified as witness tampering, an offense that may ultimately seal Melly's fate with a life sentence.
State filing 6 new charges against Demons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction.